Food is a damn partake. Boy, if you are done playing, can we please start the show? Well, at least let me shout out
Shooter on the beat.
Let's talk about it.
Doing, making the whole scene the same. Big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
Yeah.
hello, mother.
No, don't do it.
I'm back in the fucking building again.
That's what it's not today, bro.
Turn up.
Get up! It's your boy McMahon with the Oh man. Nah, it's your boy Mickey J the Analyst, man, and I'm back with another smooth one, man. You know what I mean? This one's gonna be one of my more mature episodes. Cause today, hey! Well, we talk about ourselves some sex.
When I say
Come on now.
I mean,
I said we talking about that thing. I'ma dive into it. Cause this gonna be a two-piece. This one gonna be a two-piece. Yeah. But first, we're going to discuss the mental effects it has on you at times.
Amen to that shit.
Okay, let's dive into it. Yeah. Alright, man. I'ma just give it from my personal point of view starting off, right? Okay. Me being a young lad, you know what I mean? You know, say everybody is. Man, that thing gonna get. This thing can get wild. This thing can get wild. Boy, I said these cheeks have on. They've been up since I said it. It's got to. I can't force them some bitches down. Alright, let me get serious. Sex. Sex is something that at an early age, you see, you hear about, you know what I mean? You might sneak and partake of adult filmish to see what the hype is about. I mean, I know I did. I know if my pops or whomever else, particularly my pops, you know him, you know that joker's a freak. So is his son. But that's here nor there.
Hey, ain't nobody trying
Seriously.
to do that bullshit, man.
Sex is something that if you are subjected to at a young age too early, it is not only something that can mildly be a distraction, it can ultimately corrupt your mind.
Fact.
I truly believe that. If you give a child access to sex or anything pertaining to adult antics of sex too early, whether, you know what I mean, you're open with them and you're talking and showing them certain things, or they're sneaking and seeing it, I am a firm believer that shit will corrupt the child's mind. I mean, me personally, I knew about sex when I was about, like, fucking. Make that shit clear. I knew about fucking. Well, that was like 9, 10. I ain't just talking about the little late HBO special shit. I mean, I knew where a penis went when that thing was at its, you feel? So, I think back then, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I mean? I was, I was very curious. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I just wanted to know, you know what I'm talking about, what was the hype about. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I ain't gonna sit on here and snitch on my motherfucking self. I don't want oh my God, you was, I'm a grown ass man now, man. I'm doing just fine. It's here nor there. But I will truly say, man, once I had my first, you know what I mean, initiation with it directly, it wasn't, I treated it as if it was already something I had already been a part of. You know what I'm talking about? Oh. And when I did, it was just like, it was something I wanted to be good at. If that makes sense. It was something I wanted to be good at. Hope I ain't gonna hold you. I basketball, rap, and sex.
Yo, this guy has no chill.
That's what my life was like in my teens. Basketball, rapping, and sex, man. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what. Out of one of them three, I knew I'd be spectacular. So I mean, clearly basketball didn't work, and rap is on hold. So that's here nor there. But
You nasty.
I understood looking back at it. You know what I mean? The positions I put myself in mentally, and how distracting it was. You understand me? Now a lot of y'all grow up in certain families, and you know, you openly have family members who talk about it and make jokes, and you know what I mean, yada yada yada, which is you know, each family is different. Each family is different. And I say that with no judgment passed. Keep that in mind. There is no judgment passed on what I'm saying right now. But what I am trying to say is, when given the opportunity to be a part of something such as you have an option to, you know what I mean, learn what comes from it or just dive head into it. I dove head into it. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, like younger in my generation, it was, oh, you wasn't cool, yada yada. And I didn't necessarily want to do it because it was cool, because I just wanted to see what the fuck it was like. You know what I'm talking about? Oh shit! And you know, me being a parent now, having a teenage daughter, I mean, I have to think like that when it comes to her. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'll be like, damn, I know I was on some hound shit. You hear me? Like, I was spitting, listen, this time was venom, you hear me? Like, I had, look, and it's crazy because I wasn't running game. It was just a mental finesse fest every time I got a chance. I ain't gonna because I already knew that not only a man would say anything he wants to get something, but I knew a woman would. And I mean, I was lucky to be one of the dudes who didn't have to make too many passes at females. Females made passes at me. What? Judge the messenger! I might not be for you, but I was for somebody else. Yeah. Hey! Not about me in that time of greatness, though. This is simply a build-up of what that thing does. So like I was saying, me having a teenage daughter now, understanding that, you know what I mean, she's at that age now where, you know, it's a formidable thought. You get what I'm saying? You can't lie. Like, she's now 16 or whatever, and you know what I mean? I have to be realistic with myself. Like, I'd be a damn fool not to sit here and think, oh man, that's not something she ever wanted. I know who her parents are. So let's just start there. I know how they was rocking when they was, yeah. You know,
Cha real smooth.
So it's in her. That's what I'm saying. The shit is in her. I mean, she's probably going to be wildfire. And that, yeah. It kind of hurts my soul, man. Kind of hurts my soul. Kind of hurts my soul. We're gonna fast forward past that, man. That thing got a little emotional for your boy. But often, I think when we think back, we're so hard on our children because we knew the younger versions of ourselves, especially when we were allowed freedom. And that's what I battle with. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't just sit here and cage my daughter. I let her, you know what I mean? I'm letting her get out of shit and do a little bit. I let her roam around the yard a little bit. Nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? I don't let her get out here in the streets, go wild. You know what I mean? Baby steps. Baby steps. You know what I mean? This is a thought prevention camp we're running. So we're just trying to be ahead of the game. So I have to be honest with her. I have to be honest with her in the aspect of, you know, the things that you think are cool and the things, young men that you may find attractive. Like, I can already look at an individual and tell the theory behind why they would want to talk to you. Now, that's not no judge a book by its cover type shit. No, I go off demeanor. I'm a demeanor person. I analyze demeanor very well. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I can tell when somebody pump faking for me. I can tell when somebody's like that borderline of don't really give a shit and just, you know, real. I mean, you can just tell the background some kids have without even having to meet the parents. You know what I'm talking about? It'd be little shit like that. And I'm just, you know, I have to analyze moments like that so I can reassure myself that I'm not just being an asshole because it's just somebody showing interest in my child and they just want to, you know, take advantage of her. So I try to be fair with not just her, I try to be fair with the situation. So, understanding what sex was to me, you know what I'm talking about, like at some point, like I said, like it was just something that once I partook in, I mean, I felt like I just wanted to be good at it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? I just knew I was going to be an elite. Do you hear me?
What?
I just knew it was going to be something about my stroke that wasn't no joke. Man, that thing got me excited. And it still ain't. But that thing ain't about me. That thing ain't about moi. Man, that thing ain't about moi. What I'm saying all this is, how often are you realistic about what this would do to your child's mindset? Now, me personally, I already know, you know what I mean, my child is her mother's daughter when it comes to emotions. You know what I'm talking about? She's a way more emotion based than logic based. And that's what she doesn't get from me. And I'm on her ass about that all the time because emotions cause confusion, confusion causes chaos, and chaos causes death. So, just throwing that out there in ratio form of how I look at things. I want my daughter to understand, you know what I mean, as a father, this is just from a father to a daughter standpoint, and if you're a mother, look at it from a mother to a son standpoint, you know what I'm talking about? And if you do have a daughter, you should be able to be way more relative to the whole situation overall. If that's, you know what I'm talking about? This is the same gender thing, that's a whole nother thing. But if it's the opposite sex flip-flop, it's way more enhanced because you find yourself being a little overprotective because you know how people of your sexes or gender or whatever. Here or there. So, as a father, I've had little moments where, you know what I mean, it's hard, like, cause I'm very expressive. Do you hear me? Very expressive. And it does not take much to ignite that dynamite. And that's not like, you know, I don't mean that in the sense of me blowing up, get mad at her. It's just like, you know, it's just hard to talk about sex with your kid. If you really give a fuck about your child now. Oh my God. This shit is tough. You used to watch shit on movies and shows and how they used to get a conversation about the birds and the bees and they'd be like, well, that shit is real. Yeah. That's real. Because I find myself getting choked up often. And me being the man I am, I'm a raw person. I have to be authentically me at all times. And I hate using substitute words because I feel like I'm covering stuff up. You know, dick, pussy, ass, whatever. Direct words when it comes to sex. I try not to use words so aggressively, especially with her, but this is the fucked up part. We all know as parents that we can talk to our we can talk to our children and be so whatever about it, but we know they know about it because of the music they listen to, the shit they watch on TV, you know, the things that they talk about that they intake, you know what I mean, the things they deal with on a daily basis that they know already directly about sex. But as a parent directly, you don't want to feel like you're planting seeds in your child's mind. Because if you're talking about sex and you get too carried away in your own thoughts, like, ooh boy, yeah, I been read one time. Hey, that joker hanging off the ceiling. That thing was getting ludicrous in there. How the fuck you got the child gonna feel? The ceiling? That sounds like fun! It's not. The worst day of my fucking life. You gotta go back and make the memory seem like it was so horrible when it was so memorial to you. So watch how you talk to your child in those moments. He ain't no there. But I'm blunt with her, but I have to restrict myself, man. And she knows it. She knows I only do that with her because clearly she's still a child. Like, she's still a fucking child. She like, even though I know she's, you know what I mean, she's a young adult officially now. Like, she's still my daughter. So it's hard for me to be like super direct with her unless I feel like it's necessary. So, as far as the sex thing goes, I mean, like, the question is, how comfortable would she feel about telling me certain things? I mean, I have a great communication line, especially now. Like, the older she got, the biggest thing I wanted to do was make sure I personally had a direct line of communication with her. Like, I didn't have to go to nobody. We could talk, and it was nothing that would hinder that. You get what I'm saying? We both knew, yo, this is what it is. We can talk. It ain't no judgment. Ain't nobody gonna get angry. It's just, you're letting me into your world. This just safe space. I'm not gonna move. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we know that. But what happens when your child is brutally honest with you about certain things you didn't know? Like, for instance, if my child was be like, yo, Dad, I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, man, that shit is even hard to say. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, man. Oh, man, that shit is even tough. Like, this how it be when you talk to your child, though. It was like, what if she was to tell me straight up, like, yo, Pops, I mean, I didn't do it, but I know what it's like. I know what oral sex is like. I didn't do it. Because that's the only way that she can cop out of me not really feeling no type of way. Which I'm in the back of my mind like, bullshit, because what dude's not going to receive? But there's some freaky motherfuckers out here who love to give. So I'm not trying to, I'd rather her be the recipient than the motherfucker that's giving. That's just the selfishness in me as a parent. You know what I mean? Get that hand, get that bread. That's here nor there. But, you know, it's not activity on that either. I mean, you know, I'd just rather her be the elite in that situation, hypothetically, if she was to tell me some shit like that, because at this point, I know she didn't get used. Look at me how you want on that. I mean, I'd rather her have got her shit than her being the fucking throat goat in that situation. Just keeping it hot as a fucking dad. So, if she was to say some shit like that, you know what I'm talking about? Like, as a parent, yeah, I'm probably gonna feel some type of way at first. Like, but you gotta think, this when reality does kick in, man. The fact that if it happened at around this age, how mad can I really be if I know it didn't happen when she was between 10 and 15? See, as parents, sometimes we not logical with ourselves about real shit. I was 14, 13 when I, you know what I mean? When I first motherfucking throated somebody out and got some ass. Hot, you know what I'm talking about? Like, not proud to say that shit now that as a parent, I'm not proud because 3 years fucking later, I ended up having her. That's what that led to. I mean, I got a taste of some shit I wasn't ready for. Got a little comfortable and crazy at the same fucking time. And 3 years later, I had her. You know what I'm talking about? So now, at the age she's at, like, this is around that age I made some irrational decisions and fucked around and got distracted and let certain things get the best of me and had her. So I have to be logical, like, damn. If she's G enough to tell me, because I was sneaky. And I mean, not saying she ain't did no sneaky shit. Ain't nobody child fucking perfect. But I'm more than sure she hasn't been, like, fully sexually intimate at all when it comes to, like, penetration and shit like that. Now, I don't know. Like, I probably had some shit too, man. She don't really go nowhere like that. Like, I'm literally just really starting to let her go out. And this is a fucked up time to be letting her do that shit. But, you know, she's growing up, G. I can't keep her on a fucking string all her fucking life. Here nor there. So, she, you know what I mean? She was to tell me that, man, as a father, I had to assess what I was like at her age. See, often, man, we jump down these kids' throat because, you know what I mean, they're supposed to know right and wrong. They did it. But look, G, you can't be a hypocrite about everything in fucking life, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you did certain things that you got away with murder at your age, and your kids at least, or kids at least surpassed that age, and was G enough to tell you and was sneaky, man, you should be grateful for that shit. Because if my daughter was ever come to me directly, like, yo, pops, man, I mean, this is what happened. It didn't really go no farther. As a father who loves his child, I'm gonna be grateful first that she felt comfortable to tell me. If you're a mother who has a son and your son, you know what I mean, does the same, you should feel the fucking same way. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, granted, if you have a child in general, but the shit is different when, you know, your child is the opposite sex from you. Now, if it was a little boy, it's fucked up because, like I said, I did what I did at 14 or whatever. I wouldn't apply it. Hell no, I wouldn't apply it. But I'm not going, again, this is society's double standard, not mine. Not mine. I'm not, like I said, I wouldn't glorify it. But if I had a kid that did what I did around that age, I honestly wouldn't see myself getting as mad as I would at my daughter. And I know it's fucked up to say, but I'm authentic with y'all. I'm real. That's the difference between me and these other motherfuckers. I tell y'all the truth. Even if I don't want to. I'm telling you straight up. If I had a boy and around the same age, my son, well, I mean, I ain't gonna say if I had a boy, because I do. I mean, it's here no fucking there, but he's not her age. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is more compliant to her because of her age. If my sons was that age, I'd feel, you know, if they told me, I'd be less angry at them. Like, this is just me being direct. I'd be less angry with them, but I'd still get on their motherfucking ass. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna let them know, hey, listen, champ, I don't know what type of house you think this is, but it ain't gonna be too much of that fucking going on. Did you have your rubbers with you, sir?
Oh, son of a bitch!
You feel me? You gotta get a little loud with mommy around. You know what I'm talking about? That's fucked up. That's crazy. Yeah, the rubbers. That's alright, my man. I'm gonna bust your motherfucking ass later too. Yeah, you like that? I told you. Yeah. That's fucked up. That's how men are with their sons.
Well, I got the picture.
I don't know how it goes for a woman and a daughter. Like, it could be the same fucking way. I don't know. But as a man, I'm just being all fucking authentic with y'all. I'm now. That's not me high-fiving this little mother. That's just me like, yo, my God. Like, I really got to watch you now. Like, you somebody I got to worry about at this age all fucking ready doing some shit. It would make me more alert. I'd probably be heightened on my aggression with him because now, once you slide in something in your mind, you already know what it is, homies. You feel me? You don't start to smelling yourself now. Now I got to put your dick in the dirt often. Now I got to make you cry for no reason often, just to let you see that you still a child, G. You still a child. You might have went and got the little meat with or whatever, but you still out. Knock your motherfucking cheeks off here, boy. Yeah. That's how men are with children. With the kids. that are males. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm far more emotional with my daughter than I probably ever would be with my son. For obvious reasons, she's a female. So, like, my daughter see me, her father in emotional states, and, you know what I mean, crying, and that shit don't bother me. It used to be something I used to conceal, but I want her to see that her father has a gentle side. So that lets her be comfortable talking to me about real life shit. But this is where it gets funny to me, man. If she was to tell me all that, I mean, I would I couldn't see myself being angry, cause she told me, and that's a blessing in itself when your kid can openly tell you some shit that they're fearful of. Because my daughter knows that dad don't play. Like, this nigga go to the grave with certain shit if she thought I'd just fucking fly off the handle. But I had to change that mentally. Like, I had to change how I approach our real life shit. So when I would talk to her, I'd just be like, listen, boo, I don't know if this will be some shit that you think is going to happen often, but I hope that you understand that now your whole mental structure is going to be changed. Because whenever you in certain moods, you're going to think only one thing can fix it. That's what comes with sex. Let's keep it hot. See, a lot of y'all thought I was just going to talk about banging. Me, personally, and all that shit. We ain't going to do that on part 2. We ain't going to do that on part 2. This ain't that. This is just me getting y'all accustomed to understanding what comes with that shit, especially for your kids. You know what I'm talking about? We can sit here and act like these aren't real situations, but we know they are. You can't just get out here whooping and yelling at your kid over everything. You know what I'm talking about? Especially when they're growing up. Like I said, she a young adult. She can make certain decisions on paper now. You get what I'm saying? She got a little bit of enough power to make certain decisions on paper. So I have to sit here and think like, damn, I literally have to treat her like a young adult. And I can only be authentic with her about, you know what I'm talking about? Listen, when you know what I mean? When you do stuff like that, you know what I mean? Just don't let it be with everybody. Let it be, you know what I mean? Find, like, it shouldn't be something that you passing yourself around doing. And I know it sounds cliche, especially when you young and I like myself, but I will keep it hot. I won't out here dogging everybody either. My body count is egregious to some of y'all niggas, and I look at it as like a blessing now that I'm older. Like, I really conducted myself a lot better than I thought I did when niggas give me their body counts and shit. I'm like, God, nigga, I know you got syphilis. I know you got syphilis. Motherfucker, me just on the train. Dear life. Whole dick gone. Throw the whole dick away. That ain't your dick no more. That dick belongs to the Reaper. That's the Reaper's dick. You hear me? That dick dead. There's no way. That's what I'm saying, though. I don't want her to feel like she'll be just one of them to another person who's going to accumulate those bodies. And you just be another number. So, like I said, it sounds cliche. But the truth is that the things that we were being told when we were younger, we regurgitate them now to our fucking kids. So who's the dummy now? You know what I mean? Who's the fucking dummy now? It was all that, oh yeah, whatever, man, I got it, we good, But now we saying the same exact fucking shit that they were saying to us. So, this one was gonna be a short one. You know what I'm talking about? This one was to let you understand and think of the communication with your child that comes with sex. You know what I mean? Don't just think that your child is exempt from sexual activity because you're a firm and stern parent. No, that shit is just making them more sneaky. I knew how the fuck it was for me. Feel me? I was getting slopped up at school and the whole shit. Not bragging, I'm just saying. I know what comes with parents that care. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna disrespect your motherfucking parents, so you got to get it where you can. You understand me? And I have to let her know, listen, G, don't hide shit from me. Don't feel like I'm being an asshole to you. Be like, I don't put you in positions to make you feel like you can hide shit from me. And I damn sure don't make you feel like you need to be sneaky. But if anything, I'm trying to instill moral in you to be like, you gonna get all that shit. You gonna have all the sex you want in the world when it's on the terms that it needs to be. If you be patient. Let motherfuckers respect your name before you start letting people disrespect your body. You know what I'm talking about? See, sometimes we don't get deep into it enough to let these kids, oh man, you just want to be a hoe, you just want to be a dog, just like such and such. No, man, we gotta start to kids, look, dog, you got to grow up. You got to work to be your dad or mom's age. You know what I'm talking about? And in the midst of that, you don't want all these hiccups on your motherfucking report card and people judging you for some shit that you done graduated past. So that's why it's important for you to be more cautious on how you move, especially when it comes to sex at your age. See, that's how I had to work my mind and talk to my daughter. I'm not going to sit here, oh, sex is bad and horrible. How the fuck am I lie to her? Sex is amazing. You know what I'm talking about? But it's not amazing until you're responsible for it. If I could have went back in time and figured out a way to just make myself way more like comfortable with being less sexual, if I could have waited until I was like 17, you know what I mean, even 16, even the age she is now, to actually start having sex or having sexual encounters, well, I probably would put my hand on a stack of Bibles right now and tell y'all I probably would. And it's not just because of her. It's because I know what it did to my mind, G. That shit sex changed a lot for me when I had it. I didn't just say I was just like had these fucking sex demons in me and shit. No. I just knew it was something I took serious when I had it. And I wanted to be good at this shit. I'm gonna keep lying to y'all. I'm telling you the truth. I wanted to be good at sex. I wanted to be good at sex, man.
Easy, big fella.
If I had myself some sex, I wanted to be good at that thing. Just like everything else in life I was fucking doing. And the fact that motherfuckers are gassing me, making me feel like I'm motherfucking giving these motherfuckers old Mr. Marcus with the hat on.
Yeah.
Huh? If you know, you know. Huh? What was I supposed to be like? You know what I mean? Anyway, as I said, there will be a second part to this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one short, man. You know what I'm talking about? But I just wanted y'all to get initiated with the concepts of sex. It's not all about just you. No, it's variables of sex and what you have to deal with involving sex. So, as usual, I started with family. Start with your children when you think of sex. As we building this shit up, because it's gonna get crazy now. Oh, I'm gonna take you on the motherfucking roller coaster. Do you hear me? Whew! Boy, this thing gonna get wild. But I just wanted y'all to know on a serious note before we get into all that. It's okay to be direct with your kid. It's okay to be understanding. Let them talk. Don't, you know what I'm talking about? I battle with that myself. Let them talk. I know this is tough as a parent, but let that kid tell you exactly how they feel about sex directly. Do they want it? Is it something they're curious about? Is it something if they had a chance to do, would they do it if you wouldn't know? That's important for you to know. So you know where to start with your kid on the concept of what sex really is and what it can do mentally. You know what I mean? Some of y'all need to have these sex talks sooner than later. Some of y'all kids been so subjected to so much sexual images and concepts and music and, you know what I'm talking about? That shit is effective. It's very effective what your kids are watching and listening to. So some of y'all didn't have that conversation a little sooner than y'all motherfucking think, and I'm talking nowish. Do you hear me? Somebody said at that motherfucking table like, hey, listen. Boy, I just heard Mickey J little podcast thing, man. And I'm a little curious. Hamsters on the wheel. Sounds on my mind. Are you thinking about sex? Go from there. Use me as your conversation piece. I'm cool. I approve that message. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm talking about, We gonna get into this part 2 shit, cause you know how we do, bitch. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, be straightforward with your kids, and they'll probably do the same with you if your approach is proper. You know what I mean? So again, man, this is part 1. Let's go ahead and get into this part 2 shit. Yeah.